All right, welcome back to another Tahoma 31 update. Let me show you what's been going on here. We're finally getting some sun, not that much heat. It's probably about 68 degrees maybe. If we're lucky, we'll get to 70 degrees. I think the soil temperatures are low 80s, maybe 81. And you can see here, this area here is really nice. I plugged this area, I think about June 4th, so about 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago. You can see how nice and green, and it's spreading really well. You can see some of these stolons are getting pretty crazy, rising up. I think about mid-May is when I plugged this area, and it's spreading pretty well. This area here I plugged beginning of April, and it's filling in nicely. And then if you, I'll show you here, this is the dividing line here. This is back in late 2024 when I plugged October and November. The lines here are almost filled in the way I like. Have a little bit left here on this corner to go. That's gonna spread quickly. I bet you by the next update we'll have a nice squared up area here. I did do a little bit of core aeration just to see if that does anything. You can see some of the holes. They're gonna probably fill in soon. I mean, I did some over here and you can't even see them really. I tried to scalp the lawn on my mower. I can only go to 1 inch, but what I did was I tried to lower it even more. I just took this little bar down past the last hole and just kind of it knocked down a lot of the seed heads, but it did kind of scalp things up a little bit, which is not a big deal for Bermuda because it'll kind of likes that. Actually, it likes to be scalped and then it grows back vigorously. I did foliar feed this area yesterday. With 0.25 pounds of nitrogen, just some ammonium sulfate that I put in a spray tank. And so I'm gonna start doing that every week. I know some people maybe do it like every 5 days, but about every 7 days, so 1 pound of nitrogen per month. And because it really looks hungry still, and I just want this area to be filled in by July. I know by July we'll have much better temperatures. Oh, and something else I did here, I did a plug there, so I'm gonna try to experiment into just putting in plugs into the existing tall fescue, and I'll probably like mow it low, like to 1 inch, and then over the summer hopefully that will struggle while this picks up and spreads out. You can see, get out of the way, Teddy. You can see some of the stolons here. I can feel them, they're already tacking down, and this one wants to spread out here towards its other family members. So hopefully the next update, this thing has been taking forever to fill. I don't know why it's not filling. Hopefully all this area will begin to fill in into July. I'm hoping to have a nice full Tahoma lawn here going into July, August, September, and then we'll see about putting in more plugs. What I would like to do is use my Pro plugger over there and pull plugs, and just start randomly pulling out plugs here and putting in Tahoma plugs and experiment and see what that does. It's amazing here. I have this dry spot here. I don't know why it gets, I think there's rocks down there or something. I'm not sure. Either that or there's like a reflection from windows from the sun. Dead fescue here, but the Tahoma is nice and green, and I'm only watering that once because that's a plug I put in about a week or so ago. I water that maybe once a day. It never wilts. It looks awesome versus this struggling fescue. So eventually my goal will be just to get this area here completed with Tahoma 31, and then the rest of this is my tall fescue with a little bit of bluegrass mixed in. I got this mowed to about the 3-inch mark. I might bump it up a little bit more once we start getting a little bit warmer, but I think it can handle it either way. Alright, so that's the latest here for Tahoma 31. And then once it gets filled in, all I have to do then is maybe a little bit of leveling with some sand, which will be not too hard. But yeah, it is encouraging to see this filling in quickly. This area not as quickly, but again, this was about 3 weeks ago. Especially this last area here, I put in tiny little plugs, but they are starting to take off, and they're gonna do so even more. If we can get like temperatures in the 80s, that would be amazing, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. All right, so long from the Tahoma corner of my backyard.